All right. I saw that you have said that you don't get the logic behind this question. So let me try to explain the logic in simple terms. Right. Let's assume there is a machine called F. To that machine, let me put an input called X. When I put the input X, what comes out? What comes out is Fx. Fx, and let me give a name to that output. Let me call that output as Y. So when X is put to the machine F, what comes out is Y. Right. Now they have said when 3x is put, they have said when 3x is put to the machine, what comes out? They have said when the input is 3x, when the input is 3x, what comes out is fx squared. So what is fx? What is this white fx? That's the output we got. That is the output we got when we put x to the machine. So f, when the input is 3x, what is the output? It is the square of the output we got when we put x in. So when we put x in, what is the output we have got? The output we have got is y. So y squared. So when we insert 3x to the machine, what would come out of the machine? Y squared. So now see the pattern. So it's x, here it's times 3. What has got to the output? The previous output is getting squared. So now let me put a table which I have already put for you in the left side here, explaining when x is the input, the output is y. When the input is 3x, that is the input is getting multiplied by 3, then what would happen to the output? The output will be the square of the output we got when we put x in. So then let me put the table once again for the sake of explanation. So when we put 1 in, they have said the output is 2. When the input is 1, the output is 2. The output. Now let me make the input 3. I'm multiplying by 3. I'm multiplying the input column by 3. So now who is playing the role of x? 1 is playing the role of x. And who is playing the role of 3x? 3 is playing the role of 3x. And who is playing the role of y? That is 2. Then what would be the output here? Y squared, or in other words, it's 2 squared. Now let me multiply the output, rather the input column by 3 once again. That's 9. So now what would be the output? Who is playing the role of x now? That's 3. Who is playing the role of 3x? That's 9. So what would be the output? 2 squared. That's from the previous row. 2 squares squared. Now let me multiply the input column by 3 once again, then I get 27. Then what would be the output? The square of the previous row. So what was the output in the previous row? That is 2 to the power 2 to the power 2. That's going to get squared, which is, we have been asked to find f27, so we'll stop with this. That is 2 to the power 8. So when the input is 27, when we put 27 into this machine F, what's going to come out is 2 to the power 8, which is 256. Alright, so I hope you understood the logic. I kept it very simple. I didn't use mathematical, like I didn't use any fancy symbols or anything. I just kept it very simple for you to understand the logic behind this question. Hope you understood. If there's any further questions, please feel free to ask in the comments section. All right.